Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Monday, September 22nd. Coming up on Cullman Today, Alabama jobless rate slips and Cullman's improves. Visit Cullman named Organization of the Year by Alabama Tourist Association, and a road closure today on Good Hope School Road. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Alabama Secretary of Workforce Greg Reed announced Friday that Cullman County's August unemployment rate is 2.4%, down from 2.5% in July and 3.2% a year ago. Statewide, Alabama sits at 2.9%, down from 3% last month and 3.1% last year. About 68,000 people unemployed, fewer than July. More Alabamians are working with a little over 2.3 million employed. Wage and salary jobs rose by 15,400, led by private education and health services, government, and manufacturing. Pay is climbing too. Average weekly wages reached nearly $1,118, the second highest on record, with manufacturing and leisure and hospitality setting new wage highs. Labor force participation eased to 57.7%. Prime age dipped to 78.3%, and counties with the lowest rates were 2.1% in Shelby, Elmore, and Blount. Highest were Perry at 5.9%, Greene at 5.7%, and Wilcox at 5.6%. Reed is optimistic that wages will continue to increase, which will help drive positive growth statewide for both employers and employees. Visit Cullman and Cullman County Tourism Bureau has been named Organization of the Year by the Alabama Mountain Lakes Tourist Association. The Peak Awards were presented during AMLA's annual meeting Thursday, September 18th, at the venue at Coosa Landing in Gadsden. The program recognizes tourism achievements across North Alabama's $4.9 billion industry. Cullman's tourism community brought home 3 more honors. Christkindlmarkt Cullman received the President's Award for drawing large crowds and delivering memorable holiday experiences. Visit Cullman marketing specialist Delane Van Dyke earned the Southeastern Tourism Society 2026 Marketing College Scholarship, recognizing professional growth in destination marketing. And volunteer Tanya Arnold received the Good Neighbor Award for exceptional service and hospitality to visitors. Tourism leaders say the awards reflect strong collaboration among staff, volunteers, partners, and local leaders, positioning Cullman as a premier destination for festivals, sports, and weekend getaways. Congratulations to Visit Cullman and the entire team helping showcase our community. Good Hope School Road will be closed today from 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The closure covers the stretch between the school playground and Trimble Road. If you need to reach the campus during that window, use Day Gap Road as your alternate route. Expect delays near the detour, watch for workers and school traffic, and slow down through the area. Officials didn't specify the reason for the temporary closure, but asked drivers to plan ahead and allow extra time for drop-off, pickup, or midday appointments. The road is expected to reopen by 1:30 p.m., pending conditions. And that's all for our top stories this morning. Coming up, Friday Night Lights. Local teams roll, stumble, and set up big Week 6 showdowns. Sports is next. Welcome back. Let's roll through Friday's local scoreboard. At Oliver Woodard Stadium, Cullman ran into a top-flight Muscle Shoals squad. The Trojans struck twice in the final 3 minutes of the second quarter to lead 28-0 at half, then added 2 more after the break to beat the Bearcats 42-0. Cullman opens a 3-game road swing at Brewer this Friday. Fairview kept humming at Dafford Smith Stadium, jumping ahead 20-0 and cruising past Lawrence County 55-6. The Aggies are off next week, then host Russellville on October 3rd in a key region test. Good Hope shook off a slow start and handled Cordova 34-6. The unbeaten Raiders visit undefeated Addison this Friday in one of the county's headline matchups. Hanceville fell 62-13 at Oakman and will use an open week to regroup before hosting Vinemont on October 3rd. Vinemont, meanwhile, rolled 38-6 at Carbon Hill and returns home next week to face West End. Holly Pond hosted 4th-ranked Geraldine and trailed 21-6 at the half before the Bulldogs pulled away 45-6. The Broncos are idle next week and then travel to Whitesburg Christian on October 3rd. Cold Springs kept the offense in gear on the road, leading 20-12 at halftime and separating late to win at Winston County 44-18. The Eagles head to Lynn on Friday. Addison dominated at Hackleburg, building control early and winning 46-16 to sit atop 2A Region 7. The Bulldogs host Good Hope in a can't-miss county showdown. And Meek kept the fireworks going, blasting Waterloo 64-6 after a 32-6 first-half start. The Tigers are off next week before visiting Shoals Christian on October 3rd. Circle it. Good Hope at Addison Friday night. Bragging rights and region positioning on the line. And that wraps up sports for today. Coming up next, Wallace State PD spotlights forensic team, and Cullman County Fair calls for exhibitors. Blue ribbons are up for grabs. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The Link of Cullman County is reviving a classic Southern tradition for Hunger Action Month, a supper club, to boost steady support for the pantry. The goal is simple: fully fund the pantry operations through monthly giving by the end of September. Here's how it works. Option 1, the host's plate. Invites residents to throw a small dinner at home, share the Link's mission, and encourage guests to become monthly donors. Option 2, the offering plate, is for those who'd rather give than host, pledging at least $20 a month to help local families. The Link wants the public to know that grants don't cover everything. Ongoing donations keep food on shelves and pay for storage and utilities as the pantry serves hundreds of neighbors each month. If you're interested in other ways to help, volunteer during pantry hours, organize a food drive, or invite the Link to speak at your church or club. The pantry is open Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., with evening hours the second Thursday monthly at 5:30 to 7 p.m. To learn more, email info@linkingcullman.org or message the Link on Facebook. The Wallace State Police Department in Hanceville is shining a light on investigators powering its casework. With decades of combined experience and advanced training in evidence processing, fraud and financial crimes, ballistics, shooting reconstruction, and arson explosives, the team has assisted nearly a dozen Alabama agencies in 2025, contributing to multiple arrests in those communities. Senior investigator Kyle Price is a Wallace State forensics graduate, now finishing a master's at Faulkner University, and investigator Nathan Calvert is a published contributor to Lexipol, who teaches forensics and criminal justice at the college level and for law enforcement partners. Wallace State says the work reflects the program's award-winning forensics legacy and is committed to campus and community safety. The Cullman Police Department says only 4 team spots remain for its Law Enforcement and Community Services Golf Tournament, one of the CPD's biggest fundraisers of the year. Proceeds fuel community programs and outreach, including Shop with a Cop, retirement celebrations honoring officers, assistance for families and individuals in need, and support for other local charities. New this year, a golf ball cannon, plus a slate of door prizes for participants. Organizers say every entry directly benefits people across Cullman County while strengthening police community ties. If your group has been on the fence, now's the time. Once those 4 slots are gone, the field is set. If you have any questions concerning the tournament, email cullmanlecs@gmail.com. The Cullman County Fair is putting out the call for growers, makers, and 4-H families to enter this year's competitions. Exhibitor entry forms and rules are online now at cullmanfair.org under exhibitor info, with step-by-step directions for first-timers. Featured contests include field and garden crops and honey, the painted pumpkin competition, a new market basket contest, and the scarecrow competition. Livestock show classes cover dairy, pet show, lamb, goat, junior cattle, and horse. The fair runs October 9th through 18th with free parking and rides from Kissel Entertainment. Organizers say the exhibit hall is the heart of the fair, showcasing Cullman County's agricultural heritage and creativity, and they encourage early online registration. If you have questions, email cullmanfair0@gmail.com. Find rules and entry forms at cullmanfair.org. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. Teresa Ann Graves, age 67, of Cullman, passed away on Friday. Cynthia K. Rainey of Cullman passed away on September 20th at the age of 59. Cynthia's memory will be remembered in a celebration of life on Tuesday, September 23rd at 11 a.m. in the sanctuary of New Hope No. 2 Baptist Church. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast. Today, sunshine is the headliner with a few pop-up showers or rumbles possible after lunch. Warm with a high near 87, a light southerly breeze. Tonight, an early stray shower can't be ruled out, then partly cloudy and pleasant, low around 66. Tuesday, partly sunny with that summer encore feel. A slight chance for a quick afternoon downpour with a high near 88. Tuesday night, mostly cloudy, a late night sprinkle possible, low around 67. The bottom line, mostly dry, hot afternoons with the tiniest roulette of brief showers. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us, and remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. Until then, I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.